Hi everyone, it's Liesl. I'd like to share a guest design team project that I've done or just finished for Nectaria. She's NectarsCreations on Etsy. I'll put her link below in the description box. She designed a kit called Letters for Rose, and that's what I used to make this journal. I printed it out standard size. I didn't fiddle with the sizing, and on my printer what I ended up with was a journal which is 7¼ inches high, 5 inches wide, excuse me, and I made a 1½ inch spine with 5 signatures, as you can see. That's the back of the cover. And the closure is my current favorite hinge clip with an altered domino. And what I did for the domino was to shrink the cover image down to domino size and then cover it with, you can see how shiny it is, with glossy accents. And I used the same image for the back of the domino as the image on the back of the journal. I just add a little bit of dyed seam binding, and I must say I'm pretty happy with that. So, shall we get into it? This is the front cover, the inside of the front cover. I made a little pocket, just to make sure that I'm in frame. There we go, I think. Oh, that's better. I made a little pocket by shrinking down one of the journal pages, and in it is one of the tags from the kit. I used this page as the first page of the journal because I really like this little frame, and I thought it would be ideal for a date or a heading or a theme, or even just a short little description of what was journaled about in the journal itself. This journal page is part of the kit, and I printed it on the back side of all the journal pages. It's beautifully distressed and aged. Here's a little shipping tag with some stamping, a doily tuck with a piece of ephemera from the kit, which you can see has been tea-dyed quite a bit. I tea-dyed everything in the book. This is one of the kit tags, and this little bag is open at the back for tucking anything else in there. It's just a little packet with a bit of writing themed ephemera in it. Lots of stamping, some gorgeous vintage script, doily. The kit contains some rose images for fussy cutting, and I just glued them down on 2 places and used them as a tuck spot for some shrunken down pages from the kit. This is the center of the first signature, and this envelope is part of the kit, and it's just so cute, and it has a double-sided card which goes inside it. I printed some extra pages from the kit and cut some of them up, and used bits and pieces to also make some altered paper clips. And there's a little charm on this paper clip that says "Made with Love," along with some seam binding. This is just some extra ephemera that I liked the font of the script. My seam binding I tried to match up as much as possible. Ooh, that's such a gorgeous rose. The seam binding I tried to match up with the blue in the kit, so you can see there. And I used broken china and peacock feathers with a little bit of vintage photo. This is a little coin envelope with a little card that goes inside. And the graphics are just so feminine and gorgeous. I really enjoyed working with this kit very much. Here's a little flip out with a ticket from the kit, which I've used as a closure. Another doily tuck and a shrunken page from the journal, and you can see my beloved red tea really did its job on these pages. I found the red tea to actually tone in, just a bit of extra ephemera with a pretty rose on it, to tone in very nicely with the colours in the kit. So I was very happy with that. This is some ephemera from the kit and a little pocket, a little greaseproof bag, and I stamped some roses on it in Versa Magic gingerbread, and another little bit of vintage ephemera. Apart from tea dyeing all the pages, oh, I love this blue, I also inked all the edges of both the printed and the plain tea dyed pages with vintage photo. This is the center of the second signature, and I kept this flap loose so that there's more space for journaling. It can always be glued down later if one would want to. And in here is a beautiful tag from the kit, also a handwritten letter which is printed double-sided, and a card which I tea dyed and stamped myself. I also used a corner stamp with roses to stay with the theme of roses. Here's another little bit of fussy cutting and a card. And my doilies all have roses on them, although I'm not sure that it shows up very well on the video. I love this image of the pens. The antique and vintage pens had such beautiful patterning on them. It just would be such a pleasure to write with something so beautiful. Another one of these little bags, little homemade bit of ephemera, and another bit of fussy cutting from the kit, and another flip out. Doily tuck. And this beautiful blue and pink. Blue and pink are the themes throughout. I chose to go with blue just because I really like the colour. And there you can see part of a journal page that I punched out and used to make my tuck. Here's another greaseproof little bag with one of the kit tags, open behind for more tucking, and this lovely little rose image. Inside this paper bag is a little notelet which I made using one of the pieces of ephemera from the kit. I liked it so much and I thought it would make a really pretty small little sort of miniature book, and I just bound it with the pamphlet stitch. I think those stripes look so pretty in the journal. Another beautiful image, and that doily effect is really effective. Another little tuck spot, which would be ideal also for photographs. You could easily tuck a photograph behind here with a bit of the rose sticking over one of the corners. It would also look really lovely. There's the center of the third signature, which has a little pocket and a very pretty rose image on the card that goes inside. One of my altered paper clips, and just a little bit of extra ephemera, and that beautiful page with the image of the bird that was fussy cut. This journal really feels to me like one that would really lend itself to lots of journaling and maybe some doodling and some pictures. So I left a lot, vintage pen, I left a lot of plain pages just with a little bit of stamping and so on, because I felt that it was in keeping with the theme of the kit and also in keeping with how it felt to me this journal would be used. This is a reduced page from the kit, which, oh, I love it. It tucks in there, a little bit of stamping. These two pages are my favorite. I adore this blue with the pink. And this is so vintage. The script is so lovely. The colors are so soft and gentle. I'm just happy. When I look at these two pages, I'm happy. Another shipping tag, some ephemera, another pocket from the kit with some ephemera that goes with it. Some more stamping on my little greaseproof bag. This is the center of the 4th signature, and it has a really lovely tag, handmade card with some stamping and tea dyeing, and this lovely vintage letter, which is part of the kit and prints out double-sided, and I just inked it up and grunged it up even more. It just, oh, it's just lovely. Another one of those tucks with a shrunken down journal page. Another little bit of ephemera that I just stamped. And another one of the flip ups with a bird that's been fussy cut. The stamp is from Graphic 45. I think from typography. And here is another bit of ephemera from the kit. Beautiful roses and of course my favorite tea dye. Greaseproof packet, open at the back, another beautiful tag. A bit of ephemera, so something a bit feminine. Little perfume bottle. Another little tuck, and a beautiful envelope with a double-sided card that goes with it, and a lovely scalloped edge. Another one of the altered paper clips with some seam binding, and another shrunken page and the corner stamping. Bit of extra ephemera that I added. I love these vintage bottles. They have such a, if I could say, a pleasing shape. And the last flip up. And this is the back of the journal. I made another pocket with one of the shrunken down journal pages, and in it I have one of my shipping tags which I tea dyed and inked up with vintage photo. I've left it blank so that should I ever get it over my heart to part with this journal, whoever gets it will get a little letter from me on this tag, which I'll tuck in the back. That's the journal. I just want to say thank you, Nectaria. Thanks for the opportunity to use this kit and to make this journal. I had so much fun, And to everyone else, thanks for watching. Until we speak and see each other again. Bye.